Hey everybody, Tony Pressure Washing Depot located here in Homosassa, Florida. Today I want to talk about some of the people to put on your team that's not necessarily in the field with you. Even as you start this business, some of the things that you might want to look at before you actually get into the game. I'm not saying get it right off the bat, but when you've been in your first year of business, some of the things that you might want to look at doing. One of the first things I would tell you to do is get a bookkeeper and accountant. A bookkeeper and accountant are two different individuals, and a lawyer. Not saying that you're planning on getting sued, but when you have a lawyer on your team, you can say you put a $2,000 retainer on a lawyer, so you got $2,000 in case you do get sued. You're going to have them people that, when you get out into the field, you're going to try everything you can. But you've all seen the videos of the Karens, so you'll try everything you can to please these people, and they're going to threaten to sue you. Or, I'll just let my lawyer handle this, blah, blah, blah. Cool, man. I already got $2,000 on a lawyer. Go for it. And 99% of the time, ain't nothing going to happen out of it. But, and you set the terms with your lawyer. If you set a $2,000 retainer, you'll set it up for so long, kind of thing, that, hey, this is for a retainer up to 5 years, or we can use this for whatever. There's different lawyers and different things. Our lawyer's not going to do the same thing as your lawyer. It's just like a lot of them are in small businesses as well. So you definitely want to put a lawyer, a retainer on a lawyer. That just gives you that comfort that that when some Karen is out there threatening you that, hey, I'm going to sue you for everything you got, you already have your licenses and insurance, so your insurance should be able to keep them off of suing you and taking everything you got. The lawyer's also going to back you up on that aspect. And I'm not saying you have to get a lawyer right from the get-go. It's just a good idea, down the road of getting a retainer on a lawyer. A bookkeeper and an accountant are must for your businesses. When I say businesses, hopefully you don't stop at one. I call myself a serial entrepreneur. Have more than one. Look for more opportunities so you can grow your company into more than just one thing. So a bookkeeper keeps all your taxes throughout the year. They keep you in compliance with your payroll taxes. If you want them doing your payroll, they offer a whole wide variety of services at a lower rate than your accountant would. So a bookkeeper is going to keep all your bank statements in check. A lot of times they'll do your P&L statements. They'll show you, the P&L's profit and loss. They'll show you every aspect about your business on what you're spending, putting all your checks and balances where they should be, and all that stuff. And if you're putting that into your price per square foot, you're talking about pennies on the job. The bookkeeper that I hired was Kim's Office, kimsoffice.net, if you want to look for her. I think I paid, each job that I was due, on a weekly basis, I think we added $4 to each job, and that's not $4 a square foot. Say the job cost $100, we would charge the customer $104, just because we were paying our bookkeeper, so I knew that $4 was going to my bookkeeper. But in the same sense, we were compliant with everything. All I had to do was, we have QuickBooks Online. All I had to do was snap a picture of my receipts, and Kim's office would actually keep everything in check for me, making sure that I was 100% compliant on everything. And at the end of the year, all of my documentation from Kim's office was sent over to my accountant. My accountant is amazing. Get on and ask your accountant. Get yourself a whole list of questions that you can ask your accountant. And if they're not answering questions that know the answers to, then go look for another accountant. Because one of the things that I had asked, I have daughters, and all of my daughters and my son has worked for my businesses through the years. And one of my tests for them is hey, I know that you can, if you have a kid working for you, have one of your kids working for you, then there's a deduction up to, I want to say it's $12,500 per child that you can pay them, but you get a tax rebate for, So I asked an accountant I had for 2 or 3 years, I asked her that question. She's like, I don't think so. was like, okay, that told me right there you're the wrong accountant for me. So I asked another guy, when we were interviewing our accountant now, I asked him, he's like, yeah, you can do that, blah, blah. He's like, let me tell you how it works. Like, the IRS is going to get you, so I want to make sure that everything is buried into a spider web. So they're going to find something on you, but let's at least put it so deep that they're going to have to look for it. And they're going to, like I said, they're going to find something, but let's put it where they have to look for it, kind of thing. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. This dude knows what he's talking about. And then where we thought we were going to have to pay X number of dollars because we sold 2 businesses last year, and real estate and stuff like that, and we thought we were going to have to pay quite a bit of capital gains tax. There was enough tax loopholes that we weren't breaking the law, but there's enough tax loopholes that are designed and made for small businesses to where we ended up getting a tax rebate, so we ended up getting money back instead of having to pay, so that's where a tax accountant or an accountant really helps your business. Like I said, a bookkeeper keeps your stuff all year long, and then they send it over to an accountant. An accountant is the one that you want that accountant being able to create them spider webs where, and it's not doing anything illegal. It's just making your money where they're using the tax code to your advantage. So it's worth you paying, you got to pay $1,000 to your accountant at the end of the year for one-time use, and they're getting you $4,000 or $5,000 back. You didn't pay $4,000 or $5,000. You got $4,000 or $5,000 back. So if you're paying $1,000 to get $4,000, to me that sounds like a great investment. So there's 3 ideas for you. Once you grow big enough, hiring an admin. So an admin can take a lot of weight off of your shoulders. And what do I mean by that? It's like your admin can take all of your phone calls, line you up with quotes, talk to your customers, handle your complaints. You're still going to have to handle most of the stuff, but they can talk to your customers and take a lot of that weight off of you having to schedule them, calling them back, and all that stuff. And there's a whole wide variety of things that you can use with an administrative assistant. As far as us on our instead of using the CRMs, our administrative assistant would actually call them. We had everything scheduled where they were calling everything every 6 months, every 9 months, every 12 months, saying, hey, it's been a while since we talked to you. I would love to get you on the schedule for such and such, blah, blah, blah. So that's where they would actually, they come in handy for us. So every one of these people are helping you stay in the field and helping you grow your company and taking stress and worry off of you. So find you a decent lawyer, get you a great bookkeeper like Kim's office, www.kimsoffice.net. Look at getting you a very good accountant and an administrative assistant. So hopefully there's some ideas for you. Guys, I appreciate you. Have a good day. Like, share, subscribe.